The league office has concluded their investigation into offseason tampering and will be docking the Atlanta Falcons a fifth-round pick in 2025. The probe found improper contact was made in an attempt to sign their new quarterback, Kirk Cousins, as well as the recruitment of Darnell Mooney and Charlie Woerner prior to the start of the league year. Atlanta will also pay a fine of $250,000 with a separate violation fine $50,000 for GM Terry Fontenot. The Eagles, meanwhile, do not have any punishment for their recruitment of Saquon Barkley. So one team punished, one team not. But clearly, based on these outcomes overall, regardless, it feels like this is not the crime of the century in the league of the eyes. I mean, in the eyes of the league. Whoa, dyslexia. There we go.
Well, I mean, I'd like to know, is tampering something that you can almost do or not do? Either you're tampering or you're not, aren't you?
You would think.
Stormy?
Yeah, you would think.
I mean, either you tampered or you didn't. So, how do you get it? How do you fine a team $1 million and take away a first-round draft pick for Deflategate when that wasn't proven to be true, and you turn around and admit they tampered, but we're only going to take a fifth-round pick from them? How is this possible? I told you it was a kangaroo court. I just didn't know it was that big of a kangaroo.
Well, you even looked at 2 years ago, too, with the Miami Dolphins getting docked the first-round pick for their interactions with Tom Brady. They get the suspension with Stephen Ross, fined more than $1 million there as well. So I guess they feel like there are levels to this thing. But you tell me, so you know more about the background of what goes into an investigation. What are they looking for? And I guess what would determine the level in your mind?
Well, this is the second time Atlanta's gotten slapped on the wrist for a violation of something that was serious. You remember, go back, they were pumping music into their stadium, and they got slapped on the wrist for that. Kaiser Sose McKay was the team. It's the same thing. Kaiser Sose McKay's locked into the league office. This is just, hey, we're good with the league office. We'll do whatever you want. And there it goes. I don't know how Miami's not screaming about this. I don't know how New England's not. I'm screaming. I don't know how New England's not screaming. This is ridiculous. You either tampered or you didn't. Okay, they say the Eagles didn't tamper with Barkley. I'm not going to argue with that at all. I'm not arguing with that at all. I can't prove it. Everybody tampers. I get it. But if you have evidence that there is something that tampered, how in the hell can you tell me you're going to overlook it, that it's just, it's a fifth round? It was a slight tamper. What is slight tampering?
Well, and I struggle with this whole concept just in general, Michael. The phrase legal tampering to begin with, and the fact that as we're leading up to the day that free agency officially opens, that these complicated deals are just all of a sudden signed, sealed, delivered within an hour or two of the window opening. I just don't understand it in general.
Of the legal tampering window, right? Yep. So the legal tampering window opens up, and they were able to get all this done within 2 hours of the legal tampering, okay? They didn't wait till the league off. If I said this on the podcast, Stormy, if I would have been the GM of Atlanta, not Super Bowl winning Terry Fontenot GM, but if I would have been let's just wait till Thursday of this week. Let's wait 3 days before we turn this bad boy in. Let's work through this. I mean, we know we're going to get him signed. Who else is our competition? We're going to pay him like crazy. Let's just work through it. But they did it within an hour and a half. And you're telling me that Kirk knew exactly what the offense was going to run, knew the system that's going to be happening, knew everything that was going to go on, knew the structure, knew the payout, knew when the checks were going to clear. All this was going to happen in an hour and a half? I mean, come on. Look, I don't mind tampering. I'm not naive. Everybody does it. However, don't say you tampered but it's just a slight tamper.
Also, because we talk about the Eagles not getting penalized here for the Saquon Barkley of it all, but were they just barking up the wrong tree and looking at the wrong player in this? Because we've talked about it on this show because you knew Bryce Huff was going to the Eagles. So I don't know how that's not the area that you're looking at.
I don't know either. I knew it. If I knew it, and I knew Barkley was, James Caldwell knew Barkley was going there, but I don't really mind it. To me, it's the Jets' stupidity to let Huff go there without doing something about it. Everybody knew it. They could have done something about it. So I don't blame them. They're just stupid, right? I can't blame them. But the reality of it is this one here, you just can't part-time tamper.